Please welcome superstar grime recording artist Stormzy as he brings to the ring
from home from him, and he looked very relaxed. Yes, he's walked this way before a few times, Fletch.
London, are you ready for me? Olympic gold. 13 wins. 13 devastating knockouts.
From Watford, England, the undefeated Anthony Joshua!
On Netflix, to those of you joining us right here in Texas, are you ready to make history? Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner, silver and chrome trunks. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall. He weighed in at 227.2 pounds. He holds a near perfect professional record of 10 victories, 1 defeat, with 7 of those wins coming by way of knockout. And he fights out of Dorado, Puerto Rico, by way of Cleveland, Ohio, USA. He is the multi-talented superstar who bridged the gap between social media and professional boxing. Boxer, a content creator, an entrepreneur, a philanthropist, and a promoter, and the self-proclaimed of boxing. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the problem child, Jake El Gallo Paul.
Hard, fight clean, touch him up.
Here we go, live.
A close fight, so you don't want
For AJ not having all his own way.
I think both guys actually take it on.
Ching 2.
Body by Paul. There's the left hand.
Got it fairly wide, haven't you, Carl? I know Tony Bellew has too. I've seen Anthony Joshua so fast. Left, right, left hook comes
To it, his age.
Yeah.
He's been pretty busy. Look at him.
That's that.
Anthony Joshua. The Joshua.
Answers with the right hand.
Left through the guard.
Oh, good uppercut there.
Joshua misses with the right hand. Anthony Joshua, as we all know, never been down, amateur or pro. But there's some more.
It's all those a lazy jab. That's what you want.
Nose of Silva.
Very loose. To play a part in this.
Landing this jab right there that really knocked Jake back.
There we see that. Only one big shot.
2 points.
Matching with the right hand.
Another jolting right hand sends Josh.
Just imagine this. The arena lights go dark. The crowd rises to their feet, and 2 completely different worlds collide in one brutal storm of power. On one side, Anthony Joshua, a global icon, a former unified heavyweight champion known for destroying giants with crisp technique and explosive knockout force. And across from him stands Jake Paul, the most controversial disruptor boxing has ever seen, a media monster who refuses to stay in his lane. Tonight is not just boxing. This is a collision of legacy versus disruption. Who survives? Today we break down the most unpredictable heavyweight showdown of the decade, Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul. One man has ruled stadiums, conquered world titles, and faced real killers like Usyk, Klitschko, and Ruiz. The other has ripped apart traditional boxing rules, built a multi-million-dollar empire, and shocked the world by choosing real fighters instead of influencers. This fight is bigger than money, bigger than YouTube fame. It's about respect, power, and who truly belongs at the top of the heavyweight conversation. Let's dive in. Pay-per-view mega fights. He engineered a career the boxing world never saw coming. He had already stunned critics by flattening seasoned fighters and generating numbers most pros could only dream of. Against Joshua, he He wasn't just stepping up in weight, he was stepping into history, determined to make believers out of doubters once again. Before the gloves even touched, the psychological war had begun. Jake Paul taunted, trolled, and terrorized Joshua online, claiming the heavyweight king had gone soft. Joshua's response was calm, measured, and terrifying. "I'll break his system from the inside out." Every press conference turned electric. Cameras flashed, tempers flared, and fans realized this wasn't entertainment anymore. This was war in motion. Training camps became battle zones. Joshua returned to his old-school roots: heavy bags, grueling sparring, cold runs at dawn. Jake Paul, meanwhile, built a camp designed for explosiveness and precision. His coaches emphasized speed over size, shock over defense. Both fighters pushed themselves past the breaking point, sculpting their bodies into weapons. The countdown began, and every second felt like the calm before an earthquake. The arena erupted when Joshua walked out, every step thunderous, every glance focused. The lights dimmed, and Jake Paul appeared, defiant, confident, eyes burning with defiance. As the bell rang, the crowd roared like a battlefield. Round one was measured, Joshua stalking, Jake countering. The world realized this wasn't a mismatch. It was a war of intent. Every punch sounded like steel meeting flesh, echoing through millions of hearts. By round three, Joshua's rhythm tightened. His jab sliced through Jake's guard, and his right hand cracked like thunder. Yet Jake refused to fall. His counters caught Joshua off balance more than once, drawing gasps from the crowd. The underdog narrative began to twist. Could Jake actually hang with a prime heavyweight? The tension was unbearable. Round 6 turned savage. Joshua pressed forward, trapping Jake in the corner, unleashing a barrage of uppercuts that shook the ring. Jake stumbled, but fired back, landing a clean right that stunned even Joshua for a moment. The crowd exploded. For a fleeting second, the internet star had the Titan blinking. This wasn't supposed to happen, and yet it did. In round 8, the tone changed. Joshua began to move like a predator. His combinations grew sharper, faster. Jake's footwork started to fade, fatigue creeping in. One crushing left hook sent Jake reeling, a reminder that he was in deep waters now. Joshua smelled blood. His every move screamed dominance. Every punch spoke vengeance. The knockout came in round 9. Pure violence, pure beauty. Joshua feinted right, then detonated a left uppercut followed by a right cross straight through Jake's guard. Jake Paul hit the canvas hard, motionless for a moment as the crowd erupted in chaos. The referee's count echoed through history. Joshua had reclaimed order from chaos. The king was still the king. Medics rushed in. Joshua stepped back, composed and respectful. He knew what this moment meant. Jake Paul had proven his heart. But heart wasn't enough against legacy. The crowd, divided before, now stood united in awe. Joshua raised his gloves high, sweat and blood glistening under the lights. A gladiator reaffirmed. In the post-fight interview, Joshua's tone was icy calm. "He's got courage, I'll give him that," he said. "But this is a different world." Jake, bruised yet defiant, grabbed the mic and replied, "I'm still here. I'll be back." That single line lit the internet ablaze, fueling debates that would rage for months. Behind the scenes, Joshua's camp was brutal. 12 rounds of sparring daily, powerlifting sessions, and underwater resistance drills. He was sculpting not just strength, but endurance, aiming to break Jake mentally before the fight even began. His mantra? Control the chaos, don't chase it. Every strike was calculated, every breath timed. The discipline of a soldier preparing for war. Jake's camp was fueled by adrenaline and rebellion. His coach pushed innovation, reflex lights, high-speed mitt drills, endurance circuits designed for smaller fighters taking on giants. Jake believed science could bridge the gap between him and Joshua's raw power. His mental toughness became his secret weapon, never breaking, never backing down. He trained like a man chasing destiny. The fight promotion was unlike anything the sport had seen. Every press event felt cinematic. From London to Vegas, crowds filled arenas just to watch them talk. Memes, documentaries, and countdown specials flooded the internet. Joshua embodied class and composure. Jake embodied chaos and charisma. Their contrast made the world watch. Two men from opposite universes colliding in one ring. Predictions divided the sport. Legends like Tyson Fury called it a circus, while others saw it as the future of entertainment boxing. Analysts couldn't agree. Experience versus disruption, tradition versus evolution. Every debate added gasoline to the fire. By fight week, the hype was unstoppable. In the days that followed, the internet went nuclear. Clips of the knockout replayed across every platform. Hashtags like Joshua Paul War and Legacy versus Hype trended globally. Jake's defeat didn't end his journey. It amplified his brand. He was bruised, beaten, but more famous than ever. Joshua, meanwhile, reestablished himself as boxing's moral compass, the warrior who reminded the world what real skill looks like. Promoters began whispering about rematches, crossover bouts, and future spectacles. The fight had become more than a match. It was a cultural event. It blurred the lines between sport, entertainment, and myth. Both men had changed the game, in victory and in defeat. As the dust settled, Joshua stood as the embodiment of boxing's core: discipline, power, legacy. Jake Paul, though defeated, stood as proof that audacity can shake empires. This wasn't the end of their story, only a new beginning written in blood. And so boxing fans, who would win? Who wins? So fight fans, what do you think? Can Jake Paul... So here's the final question. If Anthony Joshua's world-class experience meets Jake Paul's fearless aggression, what happens when the bell rings? Will Joshua's heavyweight precision end the show early? Or does Jake Paul pull off the most shocking upset boxing history has ever seen? Drop your prediction in the comments right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another breakdown, because this fight isn't just hype. It's a war for validation, legacy, and history. Stay tuned. It's about to get explosive.